Hello guys, this is the Infinix S4. This device just recently hit the market and we have some interesting things going on in terms of the design, the spec and some other things that have been added. Now this is not like your regular Infinix device that they just released and bringing same specs like the old one. There's something or there are some new changes that have been added to this one, which are the things that we're going to look at specifically in this video, right? So stick around with me. So basically the design looks like every other Infinix or Tecno phone that has just recently been released. Say for instance the Camon 11, the Infinix Hot 7 or the Tecno Spark 3. You know, all these phones plus this Hot 4 bear a similar design, and you get some color options like the Nebula Blue, Midnight Black, and you get a purple. Now one interesting thing I like about these colors is that they are not just some boring looking colors. Some things are added to make them look a bit more premium, more like what Huawei is doing on the Huawei phones. So the color I have here is the purple color, and what is interesting about this purple color is the fact that it's not just one boring purple running all through the device. At the lower part of it, we have this thing like a black color, which serves like a gradient, and if you flick the device the other way around or one angle, you're gonna see a different color, and it's kind of interesting, you know. And we also have this glittering effect going on there, more like what we saw on the Tecno Spark 3. So you still get a USB 2.0, and under the device we have the speakers there blasting under, and also we have a headphone jack under the device there too. And this device comes with a 4000 milliamp hour battery, and it still doesn't have fast charging. Now I want you to understand something. This device is a basic entry-level device. It is not a premium device. So some of the specs you might see here might shock you, or some of you that are already familiar with the Infinix and Tecno devices might not be too surprised. The low specs is the reason why the devices are cheap. Now, if they decide to start adding more things into the device, maybe for instance change the build quality from plastic, just like this one is built in plastic, to metal, or to aluminum, to every other thing, these are the things that make devices more expensive and improves the quality. So if they make these devices in metal or in aluminum, it might be worth twice the price that is worth right now. So that's why they try to keep these things very low, very basic plastic design, everything, and they try to give you premium out of so little. So you gotta give them kudos for that. The dimension of this device is similar to almost every other Infinix device, like say the Infinix Hot S4 for instance. And also it weighs 154 grams. It uses dual SIM cards, nano SIM cards precisely. So straight out of the box you get Android 9 Pie running on the Infinix XOS version 4.0 platform. The device is being powered by the Helio P22 processor from MediaTek, and we have an octa-core 2.0 GHz CPU, and we have a Power VRGE 8320 GPU. In terms of the memories, the base model starts at 3GB RAM and a 32GB inbuilt, while the Pro version starts at 4GB of RAM and 64GB inbuilt. And there's also another version that has 6GB of RAM and 64GB or 128GB inbuilt. So the more you pay, the more specs you get and the better you get. As I mentioned earlier, it has an SD card slot, a dedicated SD card slot, so you can still use your two SIM cards and use your memory card in it. And the dedicated SD card slot can go up to 128GB. The display on this device is an LCD display, 6.2 inches in size, with an 84.8% screen to body ratio and a resolution of 720 pixels. And if you notice closely, you will observe that there are some changes on the display here, and the very basic and major change on the display is the notch. They have toned down the notch to a teardrop notch, and that is a plus for me. You know, the regular styled notch just occupies all the space in front of the screen, which just makes it look very weird to me. So I don't like notches. But the teardrop notch is a welcome idea and a welcome development in the Infinix brand, and I love it. And if you look closely here, you will notice that the bezels are still thick, but at least they're better than what they used to be in previous devices. Now, how is the quality of this display compared to previous Infinix phones? I'm going to tell you that the display is pretty decent for a device of this caliber. It's not the best display in the market out there for now, and it's not even anything close to the best, but it offers something decent, and which I think we should appreciate that. In previous Infinix devices, you will not be able to take this phone out there on a sunny day and use it. The display was almost not usable. But on these new ones now, you can take them out there, you can use them. They are pretty sharp enough. Even though they perform better in low light situations. I mean, what will you expect from an LCD display anyway? So I've taken it out under the sun. I've used it, tried to use it, and pretty much it was like 70% usable under the sunlight, which is not bad. The only issue I had with the device is that sometimes the device is a bit laggy, and that has to do more with the GPU and the CPU on the device. The biggest part about this device is the cameras. Now this thing comes with crazy specs when it comes to the camera level here. So at the back we have a triple camera setup. The first one is a 13 megapixel main lens. The second one is an 8 megapixel wide angle lens, while the fourth one is a 2 megapixel depth of field lens. Then the biggest one amongst them all is that 32 megapixel front facing selfie camera. So the thing here is that for the first time you'll be able to take a wide angle shot with an Infinix device of this caliber. Now those three cameras, the one in the middle will be able to allow you to shoot pictures at a wider angle instead of just a regular angle, right? So for the first time you're going to be able to take wide angle shots with an Infinix device of this caliber. So what the three lenses here will do is, the first one is going to be like the main lens, which will capture the subject and everything. The one in the middle will be the wide angle lens. That's the one that will enable you take a wider angle of the shot, while the third one is going to be the one that will enable you take what they call bokeh or portrait shots. Some of you might ask, why will I need a wide angle lens? Now wide angle lenses are good for photos, like say for instance you want to take a group photo, or sometimes you want to take a photograph of something. You have to go very far away from the main subject so that you can capture everything, and this will make the subject stay farther away from the photograph. But with the wide angle lens, it actually solves this problem. So that's the essence of the wide angle lens. So just check out what I'm talking about here in some of these photographs that I took. So I would like to know what you guys think about this device, alright? Leave me a comment down in the comment section. And also, will you guys like to see a camera comparison between the Infinix X4 and the Tecno Camon 11 Pro? Also, let me know down in the comments and I might consider that as my next video, okay? If you're new here, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also turn on post notifications, okay? Thank you so much. I'll see you again in the next one.